Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today to talk about the transformation and transforming your library with streaming video and subject orientation. First, I'd like to thank ITMS Group for giving me the opportunity to speak to everybody. ITMS Group is an extremely high valued partner of Infobase for a number of years, who oversees our Infobase in Latin America and in the Caribbean. And I'll do some introductions here in a moment, but just a brief agenda of what we'll go over today is who is Infobase? What do we do? I'd imagine some of you may not be as familiar with us. Some of you may be very familiar, but just to ensure you understand who we are, what we do, we'll cover that. We'll talk a little bit about what problems librarians are facing as it relates to topic orientation and streaming video, and then how ITMS Group and Infobase are coming together to help you and solve some of these problems and next steps. So first and foremost, our host, Anna, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Sorry for taking over right from the start.
No problem. Thank you so much, Sujay. Welcome, everyone. My name is Anna Peralta, and I'm the product manager for Infobase in ITMS Group. So this video or this platform today is designed to introduce you. How can you transform and definitely thrive in information and in libraries in general? So we intend to give you some thoughts, some ideas. How can you best use Infobase? And we hope that you love it. So here we have with us, we are very honored to partner with Infobase. ITMS is a group based in Florida. And Infobase is our partner. Here with us, we have the International Director of Sales, Mr. Sujay Darje. So Sujay, over to you. Thank you very much for being here this morning, and I appreciate the introduction.
Thank you so much, Anna, and I appreciate your support through the years. So a little brief introduction of myself. So I am based in New Jersey, southern New Jersey, I've been working in the library space with education, with public libraries, K-12, university libraries, for about 14 years now. It's been quite a journey for myself. So over the years, I've met with many libraries in many different regions of the world, on the other side of the globe, here in the States, in South America as well. And there's a common set of themes that I tend to hear as it relates to some of the struggles that librarians and libraries are facing, some of which we'll talk about today. But to share a little background on Infobase. So Infobase is an education technology company based out of the United States, and we've been around for almost 80 years. You may have known some of our previous publications. The World Almanac was a very popular publication of ours. And over the years, we've transformed from a print company to a digital e-content company. And our solutions span from schools, from the K-12 audience to the university sector. And this is, 2-year colleges, an associate colleges, technical colleges, as well as all the way to research universities. We have customers to the MITs and the Stanfords of the world, as well as public libraries. We partner with national libraries who cover entire countries, as well as small, regional public libraries as well. The National Library of Congress, the Library of Congress, the National Library of Singapore, the National Library of Hong Kong, to a very small. I think we just signed on a small library in Canada that has about 800 individuals as their population. Right, so we span a large breadth of what we support in our market coverage. Now, taking a look at the solutions we offer, so as a company, Infobase is solving the problem by providing curated content with enhanced learning experiences for all of our different markets. And when you segment the content types that we have, they bucket into sort of three categories. Now, obviously, I don't want to minimize what each of our products do, but to give you a general overview, we have streaming video solutions, which are designed for all three of those markets that we support. We have ebooks and databases. And personally, I would want to make probably that Credo Reference tile a little bit bigger, since that's our flagship reference product. And then we have courseware to support information literacy skill development, which is, again, a foundational aspect of all libraries and all information seekers moving forward. So today we're going to focus in on that product side a little bit more on the streaming video and on the Credo Reference side. But before we go into the products, let's talk a little bit about some of the problems that I had mentioned earlier in this conversation, in this dialogue, of what are the problems that our partners are facing, and what am I hearing? In speaking with libraries for the past 14 years in all different corners of the globe, there's common themes. Beginning researchers, whether you're at a university, whether you're a high school student, whether you're a returning individual in maybe in your 50s and you're trying to seek additional information, individuals do not know where to start for their research. They go to the library and they tend to feel overwhelmed, which limits them and kind of brings them back to searching the World Wide Web for information, right? And I can't believe I just called it the World Wide Web, the internet, right? Going onto Google, going onto Wikipedia, where they're being presented with so much information that may not necessarily be fact-checked, may not be accurate, and they're being swayed by opinion, when in reality they're looking for fact-based information. So users don't know how to effectively evaluate sources, and they tend to have too many different entry points when it comes to academic sources, so they feel very, very overwhelmed. And then the landscape of information is just becoming more chaotic every single day. Every single day there's more information, more videos, more TikToks, more YouTubes, more what do they call them, reels, and short clips that are being presented to individuals left and right from all aspects of the internet. And then we're also talking AI, right? And then these opinionated pieces start going into these systems that are presenting content as if they're facts. So it's even more important than ever to really understand how to capture that cognitive attention that users, whether you're a student or a returning user, are able to understand and utilize in an effective way. So these are some of the problems that we're going to address today in the solutions that we're talking about subject orientation. Now, going to the other end of the spectrum, there's another set of problems, some of which I kind of hinted on, but users today are navigating the open web for video. They think that if they find something on the internet and someone's stating something with confidence, that it's accurate. And with the evolution of TikTok and Reels, the ability to evaluate authority around this information that's being presented to them is a challenge. And I think as the users start diving forward and trying to understand this new landscape, they need a place of authority like a library to be able to support them with a place to go to start with educational streaming video and video content. So what we're going to talk about today are two silos of products that are brought together through Infobase and ITMS Group for our markets in South America, in the Caribbean, and Latin America. On the streaming video side, we have two main products for the university and the public library side. We have Films on Demand, which is our university streaming video product. And then we have Access Video on Demand, which is our industry-leading public library streaming video product. And then we also have Credo Reference, which is what's going to focus around the subject and topic orientation and bring those pieces together when we're talking about research, talking about topic orientation, and really bringing these two critical components together. So going back to kind of the products that we'll talk about today, it's streaming video and online reference and topic orientation. So as you start taking a look at these categories that we address, today we're going to be talking about how our streaming video solutions can solve some of these problems easily by incorporating some of the most current educational streaming video content with a platform that's designed to support course design and multimodal instruction with your everyday patron or in the university sort of segment. So, as we go through, I think you'll get a sense of how our solutions are designed to unleash the curiosity of your users and, support the building of that fundamental information literacy and critical thinking component of being able to navigate information with authority. Now, as we talk about topic orientation and bring subject orientation into the picture, Credo Reference brings a wealth of reference content to build a solid fact-based research foundation. And topic orientation is one of the sort of areas that I'm hearing that users are struggling with and truly understanding what they're looking for and how they're searching with that topic, right? If you're doing a research paper on the solar system, but you don't know about asteroids, that could cause a conflict in what you're looking for, right? So Credo Reference will be able to open or expand or narrow those concepts of keywords and topics that you should know that you may not know in related to a topic that you're looking for. So on top of that, we also have integrations to help you and your library not only surface the content that we have by integrating it into discovery systems or your catalogs, but also taking your other resources and then bringing them into our platform to surface the visibility and searching of those topics, right? I'd imagine you subscribe to Gale databases or ProQuest databases or EBSCO databases, right? So wouldn't you like to have a platform or a provider that's not only able to deliver their content, but deliver a discovery mechanism to help increase the usability of other aspects, other resources that you pay for within your library to help get an increase in ROI? That's exactly what our solutions do to help support that streaming video topic orientation and next step process as you're looking into information on any topic. So let's take a deeper look into Credo Reference. Credo Reference is a true academic alternative to Wikipedia. It offers the strongest reference collection in the market today, with over 100 premier publishers like Sage, Springer, Wiley, Oxford, Britannica, Facts on File. This is just to name a few of the world's leading publishers and leading reference publications, where you'll find dictionaries, encyclopedias, handbooks, atlases, as well as real-time reference content on current information to really drive that topic orientation. Now, not only is there a robust set of content from the world's top publishers, but we're also solving the problem with your users around that topic orientation. One of the larger skill gaps that I've been talking about today is centered around understanding what a topic is and truly knowing what you're looking for. How often have you tried to conduct a search, but you didn't really know what you were looking for? And we solve this by providing a visualized search that's associated with concepts to help guide the user to not only the term that they didn't know that they needed, but to better understand the relationships between terms and concepts, right? So on the right-hand side, we're searching caffeine. When you're thinking caffeine, are you thinking of, only energy drinks, right? Are you not thinking of coffee, green tea, right? This is a very remedial example. But then going over to the left side of the screen, you're conducting a search of economics because you have to write a research paper, or perhaps you're, a 40-year-old parent and you're trying to understand the economics of your region because you're opening a small business, right? So searching that term of economics to understand the terms that are consistently associated with that you can dive into, right? Understanding economic growth, unemployment, capitalism, economy, economic development, and then connecting it with another major term like macroeconomics, and then seeing that spiderweb map of monetary policy connecting these different concepts to expand or narrow down the focus of what the user is looking for that they may not have been familiar with previously. So subject orientation in any single database is a challenge. And, I think there's a reason a library such as yours, whether you're a school library, university library, or public library, is to provide resources in a wide array of content types, content publishers, and different avenues. So to aid those beginning researchers, we've also integrated a federated search, which is essentially discovery layer that pulls in search results from outside of our platform into your users. So not only do we provide search results from our content, but you'll see search results from Gale, EBSCO, ProQuest, JSTOR. And our desire as a company is that the users find success in what they're looking for. Sometimes that means continuing in Infobase resources, but sometimes that means expanding beyond Infobase resources. We understand we don't have journal content, right? Journal's an important aspect of the research process. So we want to provide those avenues to send students to those assets when needed, whether that's streaming video in Infobase or another platform that we may have no affiliation with. So let's take a look at streaming video. And I'm going to talk a little bit about these products separately, and then I'll jump in at the end to showcase how it looks connected together. So at Infobase, we offer two of the world's leading educational streaming video service for libraries. And you'll also find that our services, in comparisons to some of our competitive products that may be out there, is Infobase does have a higher layer percentage of current content that's added into the platform versus our competitive companies that may have similar products. Very important aspect to consider as you're looking for streaming video. So Films on Demand that you see there is our university product, as I mentioned earlier in this call. Access Video on Demand is our product designed specifically for public libraries. And both of them deliver educational streaming video content as well as ad-free YouTube content straight to your users. And I think that last part is fairly unique and extremely important, right? Just because we're providing a licensed content from publishers, that doesn't diminish the value of what content is on YouTube for certain cases, right? So we provide you the ability to add YouTube channels and content to create playlists and content areas that provides access to these YouTube videos without an ad, right? If I were to pull up YouTube right now and I hit play on that video, it's going to go through two ads that are thrown in my face before I can go ahead and watch my, YouTube video on dogs or cats or whatever it is that I'm looking for. So the ability to integrate this and provide a service that delivers YouTube content without ads is another layer of value that you're not going to find elsewhere, that's giving your users a streamlined, sort of a more efficient experience when trying to absorb content. So our streaming video collections as a whole offer thousands of titles across collections and subjects like humanities, social sciences, business. We have dramas and feature films, math, health, just a wide variety of topic areas across the board through producers that produce video content in many different areas. So you're seeing BBC, A&E, British Path, ClickView, Bloomberg, Elsevier, PBS and PBS NewsHour. We actually just recently added, I think it was close to 700 to 800 PBS titles that our South America collection did not have access to, that now has those titles. So there's a huge influx of PBS content, which is a huge provider of really great information in the educational space. We have ABC, ABC News, we have The Economist, we have the Wellness Network, we have Walter's Clore, we have Cambridge, right? These producers of high quality content that's being provided inside of our system. And overall, we have over 1,000 producers of content represented in our collections. Now, diving a little bit deeper, for our public library partners, we also have a children's video collection. So we have our main collection, which is called Access Video on Demand, but we also have a video that's kid safe and ad free specifically for children, where you'll see things like Franklin the Turtle and Berenstain Bears, and we actually just added Snoop Dogg, if you're familiar with the artist. It put out cartoon content for educational purposes for children to kind of help resonate with the younger audience of today's age rather, and that content is in here as well to support. And perhaps when I jump in, we'll be able to take a look at some of that. Overall in the public library collection, you'll find 17,000 educational videos. You'll find over 3,000 lectures and interviews. You'll find 4,000 newsreels and primary source videos. You'll find 9,000 documentary films, close to 1,500 feature films and dramas, and about 500 or so dramatic productions. That's critical, right? That's an amazing group of content that you can provide that's curated for your patrons. Now, the kids solution has about 1,000 cartoons, 4,000 educational videos, and I think over 500 learning songs as well, right? To whether it's teaching at home, whether having your kids go through and browse on demand. Now, looking at the university side of our streaming video collection, there's about 37,000 titles that are broken down to, I think, 13,000 educational videos, 9,000 documentaries, feature films, lectures, interviews, and the collections are multi-subject, but then we also narrow down and have very specific physical therapy, allied health, and veterinary collections. Now, talking about topic orientation and streaming video, the first question that comes to mind is, how do I deliver this use? How do I get my patrons to understand, access, and search through the content? So not only do we have the ability to deliver through the traditional methods of IP authentication and library barcode authentication for your users, we also have mobile applications. So your users can download the apps on the the iOS stores, the Google Play, Android stores, giving your users, your students, your everyday citizens access to this content at their fingertips, on their phone, on their tablets, and being able to authenticate themselves on demand directly into these products and services. Now, one of the main points of utilization in the university space is integration at the course level, right? This isn't necessarily a problem at the public library level, but at the university level, that's extremely important. So our streaming video products are also integrated into learning management systems like Blackboard, like Canvas. So faculty can actually search the content in Blackboard, in Canvas, select it and embed it into the class very, very seamlessly. So they can utilize it on demand and in their coursework. So it's a part of what the students are accessing, rather than having that faculty member go out to YouTube, grab a video that, one, they may not have the authority to use in that certain case, or it might not be verified or vetted appropriately. This is just another example of what it looks like in Blackboard. But I think it's paramount to, as a university, have the ability to search through and embed multimedia learning assets into your coursework to help support that student cognitive load. And if you're not familiar with cognitive load, it's sort of the overwhelming sense of information that an end user can absorb or be presented with before they start forgetting information, right? So if you're presenting a wall of text that's 100 pages long and expecting the student to turn around and absorb that information in a short time frame, in today's world of continuous short bursts of information, that could cause cognitive overload, right? So being able to disperse and scaffold the content asset types in your coursework for your students allows them to have this cognitive sort of load, it's the word that I'm looking for, level that allows them to succeed rather than feeling stressed and overloaded. Now, how else can you and your colleagues and your patrons empower your users, right? So our platforms also will have the ability to allow you to integrate timed quizzes, create snippets, create playlists, and that's playlists with YouTube content that's ad-free. Imagine you're in your biology class and you're learning about something about dogs, and at the 1 minute mark of the Films on Demand video, a question pops up that you must answer about what you just watched in that past minute. And if you don't answer that question, it won't let you continue with that required coursework. And then following that 2 minute clip, another 30-second clip from a YouTube video the faculty found comes up within the Films on Demand platform, followed by yet another video on another topic that may be 2 minutes long on another topic. Being able to pull that in and view that in one series with multiple different assets, with quizzes, with engagement tools to ensure that they're supporting sort of that reasonable expectation of what the students can handle. So I'll pause there, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can reshare and load the demo here. But I'll pause for a moment. Anna, is there anything that you'd like to add or sort of discuss? I've been talking for quite a while, so it's always good to have a second voice.
Thank you, Sergey. I'm not going to turn on the camera because I'm having some difficulties, some technical issues. But I want to add that definitely super helpful as a user at the university level, having not only the integration with the lectures, but also for the same students to be able to integrate it in their presentations. I love the functionality for the lectures to tailor the videos to let's say to a concept that they want the specialist to say, and they would like to present it in the class. It's very motivating for the students to also have videos in addition to just the same lecturer presenting a PowerPoint over and over. So yes, it's very entertaining. I can tell you, very encouraging for research and very engaging. So that's all I have to add based on my experience.
Fantastic. Thank you, Anna. And so for the next about 10-15 minutes, what we'll do is I'll guide you through the platform, show you some of the tools and the integrations that we're speaking about that can help empower you and your library to better deliver sort of a cutting edge streaming video service, but more importantly, provide that topic orientation so they know what they're looking for in that experience. So what you see on the screen is Credo Reference. It's our flagship and industry-leading reference platform, which we sort of we tailor and tag it as the academic authoritative alternative to Wikipedia. So instead of sending your students to YouTube, Google, you're sending them here. So one, they're accessing library resources, but then they're able to get that information literacy, skill development, and then get to some of those other resources that you subscribe to. So before I go any further, you'll see on the right-hand side, we provide learning experiences for your students to help understand what they're looking for, right? How to avoid bias in your searches, how to select a topic, synthesizing research, using images, paraphrasing. These are all important information literacy topics that the students need to understand. But the great part about it is, and you may be able to find some of these assets on YouTube or on the web, our products and our videos were created in-house and are aligned to the ACRL the AAC&U, the SCONAL, and the ANZL information literacy framework rubrics. So they're mapped and aligned to the criteria that are in place for information literacy skill development and teaching and learning. So you know that you're getting information that has met those very specific requirements. So here, it's just like any other system where you go in and conduct a search. But what you'll find here in Credo Reference is we're going well beyond just providing information on a topic. So when you come into the screen, you're immediately getting that gratification of understanding the background of what this topic is. But the mind map that I showed you about topic exploration is immediately popping up to allow you to then see concepts that are related to what you're looking for. You'll also have additional results from other resources in Credo Reference, as well as tags of other concepts that are associated to what you're looking for. So again, this is solar system, and you see planet, sun, Jupiter, moon, other concepts that are part of this article that will help the student understand what's inside of it. You can also search images, which is increasingly important with subject orientation. I think users today, they generally go to YouTube, they'll do that image search, copy that file, and then reuse that. Little do they know that you're not allowed to just copy images off of YouTube, because your chances are you're breaking some form of copyright law with how that information is being utilized. So here inside of our system is we have thousands and thousands of images that are available to be used in educational purposes. So you can gather the citation with this particular image and then utilize it in your educational work. Now, I think the most fundamental impact that we're providing here is your next step integration. So I had mentioned streaming video. I had mentioned how Credo Reference, as a starting point of research, pulls together a discovery layer built on a federated search technology that provides live search results, not only for other resources such as our streaming video content, but also resources outside of Infobase. So if I go to the bottom, I think I have Britannica Online. So I'm searching solar system here, and what it's done is taken the first 3 results that are returned when you search solar system at Britannica Online and providing those results so your users can go straight to another database with applicable information once they're done searching here in Credo. Because we don't ever want your users to come to a dead end where they say, okay, I'm done with the information here. Now what do I do? Now where do I go? Now going back to the streaming video side, you'll see that we're providing direct links to information related to the solar system from our different databases. So here's our Films on Demand Master Academic Package. And when I click on this, it's going to open up the video on the solar system for the user to be able to, pardon me, I just need to unmaximize my screen here. There we go. Oh, I'm actually not logged in here, so I'm going to have to go to my other browser. There we go. And it'll go straight to a video within the Films on Demand, so you can view that video directly. Now, in this example, in this browser, I have other databases listed. So I think you'll be able to see SCO and Gale and some other resources linked here. So when I click on more library resources in this account, you'll see that there's live articles from JSTOR, Academic Search Premier, Business Search Premier, Kids Infobits, right? A lot of different assets that are not ours that we're providing live links for. So if you don't have a discovery system in your library, this is a great way to be able to present a centralized place for users to be able to find that content. But even if you do have a discovery layer and you're in a university, this is a great way to introduce your first and second year students to how to use the library without being overwhelmed with too many pieces of information and content assets. So I'm going to jump over to Films on Demand. This is our streaming video database. And what I'd love to be able to showcase here is the breadth of content that we have. We have a wide array of content through all of those publishers that I highlighted. But as you go through and I type solar system, these results that come up will showcase in Credo Reference for your users to be able to go out to. So in that other screen that I showed you where it had a link to solar system, it would take you directly to this particular article. And you have the ability to search through all of this content. You can also go in here and search, let's say, time management, right? So on in the public library world or university world, they're trying to open a business and understand time management, financial management. We have content on all of these topic areas that's provided here in the solution to help them grow their strength, their skill sets to be functioning members of society. Now, one thing that I'd like to add and showcase here is as you're taking a look at the content, you have the ability to create playlists. And I had mentioned integrating YouTube videos in with our content as well. What you see here is a playlist that I created, and we can do a separate video to go into the details of it, where it's a 4-minute video on molecular biology, a 4-minute video on gel filtration, and a 5-minute video on osmosis in potato strips. And one of these videos is actually a YouTube video. So it's actually pulling them all together in a playlist created by me, which I can deliver to my students, to my faculty. And what you can also do is create quizzes in here, which I think is a very meaningful method of delivering content and ensuring your students are viewing this content and absorbing the information in this content. So here's a segment that I created on a video in Julius Caesar. You'll see that there's a transcript being provided, but under the quiz tab, and I apologize, my screen tends to go a little bit slow when I'm screen sharing. So I'm going to create an example quiz just to show you how quick and easy this is. So once you create the quiz, all you do is add a question. So here what I'm going to do is add a multiple choice question, and I'll say he was a leader, servant, and treasurer. And then you just click off what you think this is. Who was Julius Caesar? And the time of this question, oops, let's hit the wrong button here. Sorry for the delay. My computer tends to crawl very, very slowly. So here you'll see that this question is at the 12-minute and 34-second mark. So once I hit next, as the user plays this video, as soon as the video gets to that 12-minute and 30-second mark, that question is going to pop up, forcing the user to go ahead and answer that question. And if they don't answer that question, it won't allow that user to continue to view the rest of the video. And then that data can be sent to the faculty member as well to ensure their engagement in the content. So a wide breadth of content platform features for the content outside of just providing you with the industry-leading content within the system. Oh, I never finished the quiz, which is why it did not pop up. And save. Fantastic. And the last thing here before we end the call is to showcase the public library version. So I'm going to stop sharing here momentarily while I pull up that version. So let's see. Okay, here we go. And just need to hit the share button one last time. So what you see on the screen now, or at least momentarily, is our Just for Kids platform. So in the public library space, delivering curated content for children and learning content for children is important. You don't want your children to browse the web. I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, and if I were to put them in front of the Chromebook and have them browse YouTube, they would be getting into all sorts of information. They would be looking at Fortnite and all of these other topics and video games and things that just they shouldn't be spending a lot of time on. And here you'll see that there's content specifically curated for them that they're able to engage with in a learning experience. So if you were looking at math content, they're engaging videos to help teach math here inside of the system. So if I click on this video, just to showcase what this looks like, this one's learning to add and subtract with MilliMath, right? It's an absolutely fantastic video that's engaging for the children to be able to learn those concepts that they're looking for.
Are you ready to learn? Great!
And this content, again, is accessible via barcode for users when they're at home remotely rather than being in the library. But at the same time, the libraries can host sessions to bring in stay-at-home parents or children that may be looking for additional learning content that they might not have access to while they are at home. Now, with the public library solution, I had shown Films on Demand, which was the university side, the children's collection for public libraries, and here's Access Video on Demand, which is the public library collection for public libraries. Very similar platforms, very similar makeup, where you'll see the different categories, producers that are being provided, and content that's being delivered to your users. So in here, you might have patrons that are looking how to utilize Microsoft Excel and various tools. You'll find content assets on all different areas to help them understand how to use not only tools, professional growth, career tips, educational videos on topic areas in science, math, economics, all sorts of content being provided here to help provide value to your users, from streaming video to support that topic orientation. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. If there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself, reach out to Anna. We are also offering a 60-day trial to any of our partners who reach out who are interested in evaluating our resources. This offer is going to be valid through the end of February. So if you initiate the trial by the end of February, we'll be able to honor a 60-day trial instead of a 30-day trial. And we'll also allow you provide this promotion where you can have 2 additional months free on your first year subscription. So instead of a 12-month year 1 subscription, you'll be eligible for a 14-month year 1 subscription. And again, this offer is available to anyone who initiates a trial to take a look at our resources by the end of February 2024. So thank you so much for your time. Anna, is there anything else that you wanted to add as we wrap up today's webinar?
Thank you so much, Sujay. We really had a great presentation. I appreciate it, colleagues. So we are ending in a very high note with this special promotion. Take advantage of it, and I'll see you around. Thank you so much, Sujay. All the best for everyone. Not seeing any questions.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Anna, and the ITMS team. We are grateful to be partnered with you, and we look forward to supporting libraries into 2024 and beyond.
Excellent.
Bye, everyone.